Hey, welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. We're at day 2 investigation. So I know these investigation days are definitely a lot longer for this episode, so I'll probably break it out into 2 or maybe 3 episodes depending on how long this turns out. Anyway, here we go. Mr. Wright. So, what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. What's this "and evidence room" part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Well, that's what we're going to find out. Or try to, at least. Alright, let's do that. Glad she's in a good spirit, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Huh? Would you mind coming with me? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go. Science awaits us. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Of course, it was our victim who was killed at the department. And my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. That oil drum, was it empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never. Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister. That's not it at all. It's just, we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Wait, can she read our minds? I thought those blue text and brackets were what I'm thinking. Like these? Aren't they what I'm thinking? My thoughts? I don't know. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was bloodstains or not, the water in that oil drum washed it away. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. Huh? What's that grin for? This situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid. Luminol? Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try. Me? Why would I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. We're testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it. Here, look. I'll lend you these glasses. Huh? You had an extra pair of those things? Oh, cool. To test a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Touch the screen to spray on it. Okay, let's find us some blood stains. Okay. It's probably over here, right? Anything else? Maybe in the car? Nope. That's it. Yep. I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So, this is a bloodstain? It's so... Emma, you're shaking. It's just... This is my first time seeing real blood. Scientific investigation in action. Okay, well... We definitely know that this is a bloodstain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course. What's odd about this, scientifically? The bloodstain's location, the amount of blood, it's so little. The perpetrator and the detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there would be a little more blood? I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. It's strange. If they fought here, they'd have to be more blood than this. Hey, Mr. Wright. See how I'm marking up the floor plans where we find the bloodstain? See, I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah, that's very useful information to have. I saved up my allowance to buy this. That's pretty useful. We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case. We'll drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah. Feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? This luminol stuff is going to come in handy. Ha! I wonder how that fluid of yours will react to a nice deli box. Miss Starr. You only trust your own eyes, hmm? Not bad, you two. This day-old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering. Certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Starr, but no, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there, but I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Oh, she doesn't care. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw the chief prosecutor, Sky, stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. Ah. I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Starr? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal, when they faced me, they coughed it up. Coughed it up? They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know? I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day, I dragged the dirt out of the mouths of suspects, and before long, they called me Cough Up Queen. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches. And you were let go. Fired? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The SL9 incident. Wait, she doesn't mean... Okay, let's talk about that. What do you think about this? SL9 incident. On that knife, and on that note, Goodman. Goodman was the head detective of that case, you know. Really. A knife was evidence from that case, the murder weapon. It was due for transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected, SL9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? Also this photo. If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. But even I get flustered sometimes. So he went straight to the scene of the crime. Climbed a chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime. Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The whole of my testimony, as it were. The 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Starr. You lying was the problem. Listen, little girl, I've had my testimony disregarded before, and I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time. That's when I learned the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable. 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So they didn't solve it? On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, they never did find this decisive evidence. Not even a little. What? But the criminal was executed, right? Evidence, of a sort. Made up evidence. What? You mean, they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those? Myself, and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be? Exactly. Officer Jake Marshall. He was on security detail in the police department, isn't he? As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined, and then it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? There was another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we know after now. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait. Those lunches you sell. There's only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends. Boyfriends that can help me investigate. Star's old boyfriends. How many does she have anyway? Just when the detectives on the case have disappeared, we find a new evidence. There has to be a connection. So, rookie. What? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. And you should take this. A Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Miss Starr? Officer Marshall, is he your, are you his... Are you going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago, when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too, back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. Putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you. Officer Jake Marshall. Okay. Ready to investigate this place some more? I feel like I've investigated this place to death, to be honest. It's about as red as a sports car you can get. Yup, it's pretty red, alright. The body was found in Edgeworth's car trunk. The lock on the trunk was broken too. So the question is, why did Miss Sky choose his car? So what model car is it? I think it was called a sedan, or a coupe, something like that. Those are car types, Mr. Wright, not models. You're a guy, aren't you, Mr. Wright? You're supposed to know these things. Maybe it is about time I got my driver's license. so we don't need to talk to her yet, because she's not here. Yeah, we need to go to the police department. Okay. Oh, this is the precinct, though. Is this the same place? Wow, everyone looks deadly serious here. Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective in this apartment, after all. Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot. It makes my head hurt. Well, first things first, I want to check out the crime scene here. Yes, you sound dead set on investigating. But don't mess up, or we could wind up dead. I doubt anyone wants more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much either. It's even busier here than it was yesterday. The detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. I suppose it makes sense. A detective did get killed in their own department. So, the evidence room. The scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk, here it is. She's like a kid at an amusement park. Ooh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look. Is this the place? What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. So beyond that door is the evidence room. The scene of the crime? It sure seems that way. Oh. Oh. What's wrong? It's those cacti. They're so prickly, so imposing. It's hard to think straight. If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where's the guard? I have a feeling I know who this guard is already. Yeah, with the stuff here, I can probably guess. Yipes, that sure is prickly. It must be a real deal. I think it's just one... I would think one big one would be sufficient. This cactus is a lot like my sister, actually. Miss Sky? Encased in cold, rigid shell, with thorns pointing in every direction. Just like her. You know, I've been looking at this cactus a while now, and I don't see the resemblance. It's more of an attitude thing than a physical similarity. Okay. Is that a trap? Look, on the floor, a lasso. Looks like it's set up to trap something. A trap? Here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here. But the lasso's missed. Sure have an active imagination. Yeah, okay. Hey, that's it? Okay, then there's gotta be something else. The evidence room is beyond that door. Let's just walk in. It wouldn't open. You thought it'd open? I think we need someone's permission to go in there first. Okay. Jake, where are you? This place is charged with frantic energy, as always. Please! Huh? Wasn't that? One steak lunch, please. Oh, it's you. Detective Gumshoe. Now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Now's no time for despair. We've caught our criminal. Now we just need evidence. The criminal? You mean... You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, pal? On the day that the detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need me to steak lunch, pronto. Standing around here talking isn't going to fill my belly. Wait, don't leave. If you want to know more, head down to the detection center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figured he's down there having a good cry. Later. He ran off to the evidence room. Well, this investigation is off to a running start. I wonder who it is. Can't be like... what, Marshall? Oh, oops. Still, I do feel better about things, a little. I mean, they called the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did. Best not to go too far down that road right now. Things will just get confusing. What was that? Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me? A perpetrator? I say I was the perpetrated against, sir. That's what I say. Is it Meekins? Oh, it is. Hi. Greetings, sir. Wait, I know who you are. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere in the premise? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I got your report, sir. Officer Meekins. So you're a guard here at the detention center? No, sir, I'm not, sir. Little lost patrolman. Like a little lost lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report? No, sir, how should I say this? Wait, he isn't. Is he? You, Officer Meekins. You didn't, did you? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir. What? What? Now this is an unexpected turn of events. You're not the culprit. You didn't do it. Sir, I'm a patrolman with general affairs, sir. Sir! Ow! I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir, and so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard's office in front of the room was empty, sir. So normally, there's a guard at the evidence room. That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall? Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. A suspicious person. Yeah, wow! What the heck is this guy doing? So what happened then? After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here, in the detention center. How long were you out? Days? Might I ask, what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up. A bandage on his hand. Just like Miss Sky. Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office. First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. And your hand? That happened when Detective Goodman was stabbed? Well, you see, sir, don't you think you should just confess? But sir, but there's nothing I could do. Nothing you could do. Sir, to tell you the truth, sir, when it happened, and the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. Next thing you knew, you were... Huh? Then, when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir. All alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand. Sir. Oh, the shock. Oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt? The victim's body disappeared? That's some story. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir. If you have to label me as a persecutor or a victim, sir, then label me victim. I would, but you happen to be in detention, and alive, and well at that. Ah, yes, I suppose that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side. So, you didn't know him. So, sir, I work in a tiny department, devoid of light or other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives. So if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. About the SL9 incident. Nope, guess not. What else could I give you? Okay. I guess there's nothing really to talk to him about. Steak? Are you the steak guy? I'll try it. Nope. What do you know about this dude? You think you'd take a look at this? Hey, that's it, sir, that's it, that's it! What's that? My head was a blank until this very moment. But sir, now I remember, sir. You mean you remember what happened? Correct! That card was the cause of it all. This ID card? Exactly, sir, that's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir, nothing. I better pry into this one a little deeper. There we go. Talk to me. Can you tell me what it is you do remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a lost little patrolman, a lost little lamb, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in the evidence room. And that's why you thought he looked suspicious. Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So you asked Detective Goodman to show you his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. What? Sir, I assure you, I was as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and leaped at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him. To undo the others before they do unto to others before they do unto you. My own father's words, sir. Oh, that was hard to say. What happened then? Well, my eyes, sir, everything went white. When I awoke, I was here. Right. So, Officer Meekins, why was it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim, whom he met at the scene of the crime, didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir. That's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here? They told me that it had to be him, sir, on that day, at that time. Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly? No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. The crime. My crime. The crime I swore to stamp out. It's there. It's me. It's on tape. And you wait until now to tell us this? I'm sorry. Really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. No thanks. I have my own. Well, guess we better go check out the crime scene. Okay, I think this is a good place to end it here, and then I'll check out the crime scene. I'll check out the crime scene in the next episode. Alright, thanks you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.